Welcome to Sun Discount X month. No, okay, don't put that in.
Dude, since the last episode, a lot has changed. Your channel's grown so much since you started doing videos with John, which is awesome.
But it's all thanks to you, man.
You helped me with my videos at the beginning, so I definitely want to pass on your name to John.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm really enjoying it, man.
This episode of Rocket Fashion is going to be, we're going to emphasize flash. I prefer, and I know you do too, Maz, sort of a minimal, or if not minimal, at least clean design.
Yeah.
But if it's well designed, I love flashy cars.
We're going for the flash and bright ones today.
The other thing is there's no budget restrictions on this, but we are going to have some variety in budget. So there is definitely some cheap cars here too. So you guys know I love the Saffron Octanes. I have like 4 or 5 Saffron Octane cars that I use, and so obviously
do you
have
use
this
that
one
many?
in the video. Yeah, pretty much. I just love the bright, like neon, almost neon like edge. Saffron and pink, yellow and pink. It's not a very common color combination, but if you do the right hues, it looks great. Yeah, there's purple in there too, and actually almost red too with the 20XX.
So this is kind of a weird one, since 20XX is far more expensive on PC than PS4. So on PC we end on a total of like a bit under 30 keys, and on PS4 we end on around 17, 18 keys.
So it's a little pricier because of that 20XX, but the 20XX matches so well with those disco wheels. So it's pretty important to this design, I'd say.
20XX is brilliant for bringing out multiple colors if used correctly and if you spend a bit of time on it.
So this one's a bit different.
You can do some cool stuff with kilowatt, actually. If you spend a bit, it's kind of like the 20XX in the sense that there are like a few hidden combinations that can do some quite interesting stuff.
And the flower on the top, yeah, it looks great. And then of course Infinium wheels. Wait, is it pink? Yeah, pink Infinium wheels.
Yep.
Some of my favorite wheels are Infinium. So.
And you rarely see like a complete flower setup. So you can use there's a butterfly gold explosion as well, I think.
Well, there's a flower gold explosion.
Yeah, right? So you can use that as well, and you have a complete flower setup.
Yeah, make sure to use the flower gold explosion for sure on this one. Who doesn't like flowers? Like, when did that become a thing for girls? Like, flowers are amazing. They're gorgeous. They smell great.
So this is actually surprisingly cheap, I'd say, for the look you're getting. It's a bit over 10 keys on both platforms, a bit more expensive on PC at around 12 and a half keys or so. So yeah, in my opinion, a great setup for that amount of keys.
Ooh, we got a pricey one.
Oh yeah.
So worth it. Oh my God. First of all, I love the hypnotic wheels. I've been using them since I got them in a crate. And I haven't used the Stormwatch decal, but it looks to be the perfect fit for those hypnotics.
It's just one of those setups where like the decal wheel combination is like made for each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There are
that's really what makes a good design.
Exactly.
So obviously it's going to be a little pricier though, because we got the Stormwatch. That's like 15 keys on PC. Hypnotics, the Lime Hypnotics are not cheap because they obviously look really great.
Yeah, and obviously there's a bit of hype around them as well right now, I'd say.
This one is insanely cheap, like total switch from our last one. Like this is micro budget.
Yeah, you don't get much cheaper setups than this, I'd say.
You also don't get much crazier than this. Like this is like neon rainbow. Like
this is the poster boy for the episode, I'd say, for the title of it all.
It is. It is. This one might be in the thumbnail because it's exactly what we're going for this episode.
It's brilliant.
And it's so cheap.
The complete rainbow setup for under 2 keys on both PC and PS4, I'd say that's pretty brilliant.
Regular Zombas, underused. Most people don't use regular Zombas, I feel
Super cheap as well.
This one's insane. I feel like this is more. Are those wheels pretty recent? What are those wheels from? I don't think I've I wouldn't be able to
somewhat recent.
name those.
It's the Illuminata wheels. So
Illuminata wheels.
just like Stormwatch.
Illuminata confirmed.
You could say that, yeah. But just like Stormwatch and Hypnotic, the black market decal Trigon and Illuminata wheels are like they're meant for each other. If you can notice, like the geometric shapes on the front of the Trigon
The blinking,
decal,
like the blinking shapes. As well.
and
Like
the,
fact
and the
that they're-
tread on the wheels. It just, I think the designer who made both of these items, one, I think it's the same person, and two, I think he meant for these two to be related in a sense.
It's really complex. Like there's a lot going on there, which normally I wouldn't like. But when it's consistent, that's what makes it so good. When it's complex but also consistent.
This is what I call a banger car.
This is another one that fits so perfectly. Okay, first of all, I love the RLCS decal, but it's the only one of its kind. So I was really happy when they came out with the Dune Racer decal because it offered an alternative. Same look, but like an alternative to the RLCS decal.
I'm gonna say, in my opinion, Dune Racer is the best Octane decal in the sense that you can use it for so many different purposes.
And this is, of course, a very premium car because of one thing. Those are purple apexes.
Those are expensive nowadays, dude.
So the apexes were a part of the RLCS fan rewards for watching the stream, and they've now introduced new ones and discontinued the apexes. So now I feel like has that influenced the price, do you think?
Definitely a lot.
When you make something more rare, price goes up, more desirable.
Yeah, and the wheels are replaceable. So for you guys at home, like, experiment with stuff and take this as an inspiration and adapt it to your own stuff.
So this is the first Labyrinth design we've done, I'm pretty sure.
You don't see it often.
It's kind of weird, but again, this is what we're talking about. When you match the decal and the wheel, like that's your design.
Yep. This combination as well is just like made for each other. I swear it's the same designer who made them. Even though they came out so far apart from each other, but it's perfect.
It's got the same pulsating lines, and when you match the colors up, it's perfection.
So we end up at around 10 keys, maybe a bit above on PC, and around 7 keys on PS4 actually, and that's due to the price of Labyrinth.
This is a great value because it looks like a high value decal. It looks like a high value animated decal, and it's cheap. Ooh, another werewolf. Dude, for some reason, the werewolf ones are so aesthetically pleasing. That's why they're on this show so much, I feel like.
But the Trigon decal on werewolf is like on a whole nother level. Fits brilliantly on that.
And the equalizer wheels are just so dope. I think I have some non-painted equalizer, and it just doesn't really work by itself, in my opinion. Like, you have to get a painted one. In this case, crimson equalizers.
Yep. And it's kind of like a mint, sky bluish nuance with the crimson. It works surprisingly well, actually. I don't see that too often.
So this is another sort of expensive one, following that last one, which was more budgety.
Yeah, so we end up over 30 keys on PC due to Trigon currently being at 21.5 or around that area. And we end up on 23, 24 keys on PS4 approximately. I'm
pretty much a sucker for like Malibu inspired colors, and obviously as you can see, the decal fits that perfectly, kind of straight out of like an 80s movie or something.
Exactly.
So
that's kind of the theme around it, and it's budget friendly. That's the most important thing about it.
Yeah, this one's cheap. So this is only it's only little under 4.5 keys on PC, and a little under 5.5 on PS4. And some of you asked why we don't do Xbox prices, and that's simply because they don't have keys are not in the Xbox version of Rocket League. So it's kind of hard to do a key value Although you could somewhat get an idea of what it would be worth. You can still trade items on Xbox, just not for keys. So we don't have something to look up at all. So we just don't display anything. But you can still get an idea, and you can still trade if you're on Xbox.
Yeah, their currency is like crates and black market decals, basically.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that's the way that's Microsoft's policy.
Yeah,
so Psyonix has to follow that. So for number 10, we got another Dune Racer, which is your favorite lately. And these wheels are pretty gnarly. I have barely ever seen these wheels being used.
That's the reason I wanted to show it on your channel. Basically, the Lustrum wheels are like highly underrated in my book. You can do some crazy stuff with them. The reason being that there are obviously the line parts of this car. The like, I don't know what you call it, on the outside of the rim, and then the center of the wheel has another shade of blue, basically. So that makes up for 3 colors that you can then on your body or on the body of your car mess around with stuff and make it match perfectly. So from a design perspective, these are fun to work with. And
this is obviously another case where the wheels and the decal are perfect because you have those dotted lines that match the Dune Racer dotted lines. This is a case where it wasn't made for each other, but the designer made it work so perfectly by seeing that those wheels had that like almost dotted line look. Yeah, it's really nice in my opinion. It's surprisingly cheap as well, I'd say. It's a bit over 10 keys at 12.5 and on PC and 12 on PS4, but for the unique and flashy look you're getting by using this, I'd say that's a pretty decent price. So I hope you guys enjoyed this 3rd episode of Rocket Fashion. Make sure to check out Maz's channel as well, Rocket League Car Designs. He's sort of the mastermind behind this show, so if you really like this kind of thing, make sure to subscribe to his channel. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me back, by the way. It's been way too long. It has been too long, but we will definitely be back for episode 4 because we always have a good time. For sure. See you guys.